You can now turn a video into a song using Suno AI Music Generator. This is super interesting, so let's try it out. First things first, had to pick a random video. I decided to pick one of me doing calisthenics. I'll play it as I'm talking and everything. It's me kind of doing like handstand push-ups and that kind of stuff. And in order to use this feature, when it comes to Suno, you have to do it on the phone app. You cannot do it online. I think they're trying to kind of push the app and kind of encourage people to download it and use it, right? So in order to use this feature, to convert a video into a song, you have to download the app, which I've already done, of course. So this is the full video. It's about 27 seconds long. When I tried uploading it, it got kind of glitchy, so I kind of shrunk it down to only the first 10 seconds of me doing the handstand push-ups on the bench. Then I went to the app, as you can see right here, clicked create. Then when I go here, I go to my photo library, and then boom, you can see this is the video, and then I hit create. So let's go to Suno. First off, which is kind of interesting as a side note, I guess Timbaland is releasing a song. Be the first to hear Timbaland's new single, Love Again, available exclusively on Suno, ahead of its official release on major streaming platforms. That's kind of interesting as a side note, not even related to this whole video thing, but I did not expect an artist to start using Suno or even Udio or an AI music generator as like their first initial release platform or service. So it's being released on Suno before Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere. Kind of interesting, right? AI is getting crazy. So we have this right here, as you can see. So this is the video or the song made out of the video. Let's see what it sounds like. I've not heard this yet, right? I created it, and then let's try this live on camera. All right, kind of orchestral, okay.
Shirtless warrior in our gym, playing Picasso games, defying gravity with gym flair, a Batman's nightmare.
This is cool. Really interesting feel. And so here's what's crazy about Suno, right? I've already done a video about how you can convert a picture or a photo into a song. Now we're using, of course, a video. So these are the lyrics. Shirtless warrior in an art gym. Okay, I could see that. Playing Picasso games. All right, kind of random. Defying gravity with Jim Flair, a Batman's nightmare. I gotta give Suno credit. It is kind of crazy how, and this happened when I uploaded a picture, which actually was a drawing that I did, how Suno is now analyzing what's in the video and not just making a random song out of nowhere, being like, oh, the song represents it, but actually accurately portraying what's in the video and turning it into a song, right? So let's go to the second iteration, right? Because any single time you use Suno or pretty much any AI music generator, when you do a prompt, or in this case, a video, it creates two iterations. So let's do the second one. Kind of like Nightwish vibes.
Defying gravity with Jim Flair, a Batman's nightmare.
I like both of these. Very different styles. Wow. Gotta say, I actually really like those songs. I think those were better or came out better, in my opinion, than when I uploaded the photo. That's the previous video I just did on this channel. I feel like I like these better. Granted, I mean, you never know when it comes to AI music generators. They are getting a lot better and more reliable about making a really good song, right? But you still never know what you're going to get. There is still, I feel like, a gambling aspect to using an AI music generator. But here's what's interesting about this. Here's what's really intriguing to me about this unique feature in Suno. When it came to the picture, I gotta be honest, I didn't really see a huge use. Like, to me, I'm like, okay, like, I see the fact that it's fun. It's kind of interesting. Like, you give it a photo, see what it kind of creates. But when it comes to the usefulness of it, it seemed like more of like a fun feature, something that's just cool to use. One thing I could maybe think of, and I said this before in the previous video, is maybe if you go to an art gallery and you have a painting and there's a QR code and you can scan the QR code and listen to the song created by AI that represents that painting. That was one kind of a use case I thought of it for, but when it comes to photos, I was like, it's like more of a cool feature. This, though, I actually think has a good amount of practicality. The reason why is I feel like that, let's say if I'm uploading this as a reel. Now, when I did upload this as a reel on my Instagram profile, just me doing parkour, like calisthenics or whatever, I just have the background noise as you heard it when I played it, right? It's not like I had music in the background. However, I could very easily take this song, put it in the background. I have all the rights to it. That's the whole subject for a whole other video I've already done in terms of the legal rights to using AI music and AI music generators. And as you heard, this song accurately matches what's going on in the video. I might even say, given both cases of it, the first one, I feel like the more orchestral one, I feel like probably is more of the vibe of what's going on in the video. Because when I think of like a video like this, right? When I picture like a gym calisthenics thing, I think more like maybe rock, metal music, dubstep even, like basically like more intense styles of music genres. This, I feel like the last one that I played, or the second iteration, was too classical feeling. Maybe like a hint of Nightwish, like that kind of like gothic rock, symphonic rock vibe. The first one had at least a more cinematic feel. And I feel like I'm like, okay, I can kind of see when you're working out hard, like cinematic type stuff kind of hitting the vibe. But what's interesting about this, again, is not just when it comes to reels, but I'm thinking now movies, films, independent pieces, whatever the case is. I've talked before, there was an article that was written, and I did a video about this, that one filmmaker said, oh, I'm never going to use a human musician ever again. With deadlines, they have to sleep, with, creative differences, whatever. Why do that when I can spend money and it's going to be way cheaper and quicker, faster and more efficient to use AI to make the background score for my movie? And this, I feel like, the photo one, like I said, I was like, all right, it's kind of cool, but I don't really see as much of a usefulness of it in real life. Maybe there is, but I don't see it being as useful. This I do, because I can easily see, in this case, if I wanted to, let's say, obviously I do use my own music when I do post stuff on Instagram or YouTube, right? But let's say I was not a musician, and let's say I wanted to post a calisthenics video, and I'm like, do I want to use someone else's song? Do I want to find a random song online? Or do I want to create one that's custom just for me? Boom, I can do this. And in addition to that, I can see, let's say if I was a filmmaker, and as this gets better, this is right now in like the beta or infancy stages. Imagine me being a filmmaker and I have a scene of someone like say walking through a dark alleyway, and it's kind of like maybe like a scary or horror vibe, or maybe even like a suspenseful vibe. I send that to Suno. I upload it to Suno of them walking down this sketchy alleyway and they're looking around and things are kind of weird and there's a little bit of a suspense, and then it creates a song based off of that accurately portrays what's going on in that scene. And then I use that as a score, as a song, or as the audio within that clip. That is a very, very big use case. And I think before this, when I did that video about the filmmaker who's using now AI for all the scores, well, you still have to input something. You still have to say like, hey, make me a dark orchestral song that has a suspenseful vibe. And then I could put that towards that one scene of, let's say, someone walking down an alleyway as an example. But in this case, it's like, I don't even have to really give it a prompt. Like, I can just give it the video itself, and then it's going to do all the analysis for me, and then make a song off it. Now, of course, might as well say, there is a huge difference between creating a score for a scene and creating a song based off a scene, right? Two very, very different things, right? Because obviously, I don't think I'd want the lyrics, let's say, in a song, if I was putting it into a movie. I would not want the lyrics, man walking down an alleyway, he's looking around. Like, I wouldn't want the description like it's happening here, right? I don't think I'd want that. But again, you can still get custom with it. I could still remove I could still analyze the stems or download them, remove the vocals if, like, say, the vocals are kind of too descriptive of what's going on. Of course, there is some type of creativeness that goes into this of how you're going to use it, but this is something that I can see being super useful. Now, granted, again, still in its infancy stages. It was weird, like I said, when I uploaded that clip, the 27-second one or the full one, it kind of glitched up. So I had to shrink it down to 10 seconds. So obviously, it's not like I can upload a 10-minute video to Suno and it's going to analyze the whole thing and create this thing. So again, this is still in the beta stages, I feel like. But I can see this being unbelievably useful for the future. And again, I feel like I say this in almost every AI video that I've done, because, and then I'm not wrong though. I don't feel like it's that, even though I'm sounding like a broken record, every single time I'm like, look, things are getting crazier. And I feel like I say that in almost that at the end of every one of my videos, but it's true, you know, the fact that things are getting more wild because the photo, I'm like, okay, the photo is kind of cool, but it's not as useful to me. But this one, to me, it's cooler. The fact that it could analyze every frame, what's going on in the video. Maybe that's why the 27-second one or the full one didn't process correctly. Maybe it was just too long. Maybe we can only do short clips for right now until it gets better. But the second thing is this is so useful. I can see so many different use cases for this of analyzing a video, making a song based off of it. Pretty awesome.